Doing a little show-off video here of this new install Pennco boiler in a small, just about 1,000 square foot house. Old house. We're in a pretty nasty dirt cellar here. Showing off this little 45,000 BTU Pennco boiler. It's an amusing little thing. I've never installed a boiler this small here. We have two zones. We have the house zone and we have the domestic tank. So this small boiler is doing both house heating. The house has 44 linear feet of SlantFin baseboard and a single Pensati Euro-style panel radiator in the kitchen, because obviously kitchens don't have enough wall space with all the cabinets for baseboard. And we have our zone for our tank. We have here a Peerless Partner tank. Not done one of these before. It's interesting because it has a, it's plastic. It's entirely plastic. The internals are plastic. It's a very lightweight tank, this PV40, made by, I believe, the Vaughan Corporation. They have their total performance immersion control. These are very expensive. These are like $300. The one that came with the tank was broken. I know that because I had to buy a new one. But it's a very nice tank, very lightweight. Only 30 gallons, well, technically 30 plus gallons on this unit. But I have it set to 140 degrees, or 150. Well, I have it set to 150. Then we have, if you can't see her on the side here, a tempering valve to knock the temperature down to the safe 120 degrees. And of course, mandatory tank expansion for the hot water heating system. House all piped in expansion PEX A. Of course, shut-offs for the tank. Always have some valves to shut off the tank. But let's show off our boiler again here. Sorry for being jerky. It's not done videos in a long time. But yeah, here we are. Look at this. Only a single burner tube. Now, the boiler was built propane, but I got a good deal on it. I mean, a really good deal from a parking lot auction sale the supplier was doing for excess materials. So anyway, I got a propane boiler and converted it back to natural gas, which you can do. Natural gas can be made propane, propane back to natural gas. Always follow the appropriate kit, and if you don't know what you're doing, don't. But you can see in there, it's actually pretty well shielded, so the flame is really well shielded, going right up into that cast iron 2-section cast iron block for this tiny, tiny boiler. We have our purge port here, common purge. So we have our gate valve. I used a gate valve because I had it on the truck. So gate valve and purge valve, zone valves too. It purges all right. Expansion tank. Here's an antique, a Thrush air eliminator. I don't think of Thrush too often, but these are, I don't think they make these anymore. But come around this side here. Yeah. Thrush air eliminator. Fancy. Old. And of course, taco with the, standard taco producing and pressure and fill valve. This house, when it was built, had no heating system to speak of. It just had forced air, not really forced air, it's just heating stoves, really. And so the cellar had a heating stove and a water heater down here. And then the first floor had a heating stove in the living room and a cook stove in the kitchen, and the second floor bedroom, what we call master bedroom, had also another heating stove, all going up this common flue unlined concrete block chimney. I couldn't believe it. But anyway, we took all that out and we dropped a new 5-inch liner down this chimney to make it safe. So we have our smoke line here going up here. So we got our 4-inch factory smoke going to a 5-inch liner up here in the chimney, going up to out through the roof to make it safe. So around here, around the chimney, we have PEX, because I did this house on series flow. Not the greatest way to do it, but we have PEX. I've insulated it here, so we have, well, here we are. But then we have a monoflow tee. I'll pull it down. You can see the arrow on there. This is a monoflow tee, because I made a little boo-boo, didn't think about it. So this goes over to a accessory baseboard in the living room. So it wasn't heating very well, so I added 5 more feet of baseboard. So there we have the return from that extra baseboard back to here again. Back down our series loop. It needs to be stapled up. So this is just still being worked on. And it's dropped down over there. You can see that that then goes up to the living room. That orange pipe, that is oxygen barrier PEX. Always use oxygen barrier PEX when doing hot water heating. And you can see it goes up. Pardon, this is a dirt cellar. And we come back around and around and around and around and around. And it comes back off that living room run. And around and around and around. And here we got some convoluted piping. Here's another monoflow kind of jabberwocky I put together to go to that kitchen panel radiator. Yes, I did that in copper. I didn't want to do it in copper, but because this area is not terribly safe for copper, so because if someone were to break in, well, that copper would be a mighty tempting target. Oh, look at this. Oh, here's what most folks don't do. I bent the copper. Yep, bent the copper. Yep, anyway. And I'm losing my light on my phone. Anyway, and then it goes back up over there, upstairs. That's going upstairs to the second floor. But back to our boiler here, we have our, my phone's going out with light. Okay, we have our Honeywell zone control board for zone valves. It's right now showing our heating zone is on, because that's zone 2. Our first zone is the tank. And right now it's not going for heat. And of course, you know, for safety's sake, always have your master power shut off. We have our Honeywell. We have our Honeywell zone valves, house heating, domestic tank. And that's it. It's a really, really small, lightweight, 2-section cast iron boiler. The piping, some more piping. We've of course insulated in, you know, the cheap big box foam. It's what's common I can get here without going through, you know, the specialty supply house. And here it comes back down from the bathroom, because the bathroom is the last run in the system. It goes living room, kitchen then goes up to the, what I'll call master bedroom, then to the front bedroom to the small bedroom back down to the bathroom, and back again. That is a series loop. And it's working quite fine. Don't know how well the audio comes out on this, of how quiet this is running. You can hear it, the burn, but it's pretty good. And in just a few minutes here, it's brought the system up from cold to we're just about at 130 there. Pressure's a little high. I'll have to take some water out of that real fast, because that's not good. But pretty nice. Haven't done one of these in a while, so kind of doing a video to show off the little Pennco boiler and the Peerless Partner plastic tank. Knock on wood, knock on plastic. Let's go upstairs. Boy, this house needs everything. It's needed and everything. It's been a whole rebuilding nightmare. But it is what it is. Okay, here we are. Got some junk up here. Front door. So we have here our SlantFin 30. Here's where it starts in the basement. Comes up. This is the first line off the off the boiler, and it makes the long run. Very nice like that. And of course we have that little bit over here, which just comes off that mono flow T, where I just wasn't satisfied with how the living room was heating. Math says that the amount of baseboard I put in was enough, but in reality, math is sometimes wrong. And then in the kitchen, pardon my scrap mess on the floor, we have the Pennco Euro-style wall-hung panel radiator. These are pretty nice. These are always nice. I got the from eComfort, ecomfort.com, out of Illinois. Nice panel radiator. And pardon my mess. And if we go upstairs, the pipe comes off that kitchen radiator, like I pointed out, with that monoflow. It goes up the wall, and here's our next 8-foot run of SlantFin 30. And then in the front room here, I had some Weil-McLain Thermatrim. I don't think Weil-McLain even makes Thermatrim anymore, but I had some. So here's a 6 foot of Thermatrim. And back in now the small bedroom, a little 4-foot piece of Thermatrim. This house was fully insulated and re-sheetrocked and insulated, and it has all new high-efficient windows here in Ohio, so it's running pretty efficiently. Having the fiberboard siding and the ISO barrier board. Oh, this was another piece of the Weil-McLain Thermatrim, that small piece there I told you about off the mono flow T. And then the bathroom, we're still working in here, of course. Let me turn the better light on. And we are in here, the bathroom, with a, is this 5 or 6 feet? I think it's 5 feet. Yeah, 5 feet. 5 feet of, again, SlantFin 30. The math said that I only really needed about, 3 or 4 feet of baseboard in here, but, it's the end of a series loop. So oversize it, because no one's ever going to complain about the bathroom is too hot. They'll complain if the bathroom's too cold, but never complain if the bathroom's too hot. So I think that's just about it. Sorry for the shaky camera on my potato quality cell phone. I'm going to go down here in the cellar and you can see it again and give my good words to Pennco with their little 82% efficient cast iron block boiler with pretty simple to put in. Got this kind of joggy leg here because there's a, if you didn't see it, there's a beam running down the house, and the phone doesn't show it, but I can hardly stand up down here. I mean, basically I'm crouched down. This is a pretty tight basement. And, cellar. It's a cellar. It's a cellar in a 120 plus year old house out in the country of Ohio here. So I had that beam to deal with, and I'm already crouched down. So I kind of did this jiggy-jaggy of up and over and up and over to then get my air eliminator, fresh air eliminator from Peru, Indiana. That's an antique. That's a genuine antique. And I believe it's a Calefi air vent. I believe it's Calefi, so I had it on the truck. And then back, this is the supply. Goes off to my PEX lines down there, which are partially insulated, partially not. And I have to tidy up those wire nuts. That's just unprofessional. And then it comes back down from the bathroom line to show you here. That bathroom line, there it is, comes down and makes the bend down. And here's my return. And, some folks say, you shouldn't have the zone valve on the return. I find it doesn't matter. So got our return. And we have our return off our tank. So one pump system, 2 zone valves, very small house. And hope this was interesting for someone. Put it out there in the world of YouTube video land to see if anyone wants to do it themselves. You can learn a lot from YouTube videos. I have learned a lot. Well, thanks. Bye-bye.